Ford, what you think of as the iconic passenger car is basically saying, we're leaving passenger cars.
Before you step onto a dealer lot, before you even think about signing that contract, you need to see this. Because some of the shiniest, most hyped cars right now aren't just bad deals. They're financial sinkholes. They look sleek, they sound exciting, but they're rotting on lots for months. And for good reason. This is the countdown of the slowest moving cars in America, model by model, mistake by mistake. If you care about keeping your money, protecting your sanity, and avoiding instant buyer's remorse, stay locked in until the very end. Ford Mustang. Once the king of American muscle, the traditional gas-powered Ford Mustang coupe is now idling on dealer lots, unwanted and unsold. What used to be a symbol of youthful rebellion and raw power has hit a brick wall in the modern market. The newest generation failed to adapt to evolving consumer demands. While it still boasts a rear-wheel drive layout, throaty V8 engine options, and aggressive styling, none of that is helping it move units. In the year 2025, buyers aren't lining up for fuel-hungry coupes, especially when electric sport utility vehicles and plug-in hybrids are flooding the streets. The irony? Ford unintentionally sabotaged its own legend. The electric Ford Mustang Mach-E now draws more headlines, more interest, and more sales than the very icon it was named after. Today's drivers are practical, tech-focused, and wary of sky-high gas prices. Combine that with tightening emissions regulations and rising insurance premiums for performance vehicles, and you've got the perfect storm. Some Mustang models have been sitting for over 400 days, according to multiple dealer reports. That's not just slow, it's catastrophic. Even massive discounts, aggressive financing, and performance packages aren't doing the trick. The thrill is gone, and so is the crowd. From aging icons to engineering confusion, the road ahead only gets bumpier. Stay in your seat. From American muscle to electrified confusion, the next vehicle tried to please everyone and ended up pleasing no one. Let's move down the list to a once feared powerhouse that forgot which road it was on. Dodge Charger. Once a full-size icon roaring with attitude, the Dodge Charger has stumbled headfirst into an identity crisis, and the results are not pretty. The latest redesign, launched in the year 2025, was supposed to bridge muscle car tradition with modern electrification. Instead, it created a hybrid mess that has left longtime fans scratching their heads and new buyers walking straight past it. Dodge attempted to blend internal combustion power with electric options, thinking it could satisfy both camps. What actually happened? They alienated both. Hardcore muscle car loyalists feel betrayed by the shift. They wanted roaring V8 engines, not silent motors and regenerative braking. Meanwhile, younger, tech-savvy shoppers are uninterested in a brand they still associate with gas-guzzling bravado. With a base price that crept beyond $50,000 and top trims climbing well past $75,000, many working-class buyers found themselves priced out entirely. Financing performance vehicles in the current economy is no small task. With interest rates climbing and banks tightening their lending criteria, even the faithful are staying parked. Dealerships across the country are reporting Chargers sitting idle for over 105 days on average. Launch events, rebates, and online marketing have done little to revive interest. The badge may be bold, but the misfires continue. Let's steer into a vehicle that tried to go electric without direction. From failed reinventions to electric misfires, the next car on this list had the future in its sights. But no roadmap to get there. It promised evolution and delivered confusion. Stay tuned. If you've made it this far, hit that like button to keep this video moving and drop a comment below. Have you seen any of these cars sitting untouched at your local dealership? I want to hear what's rotting in your area. Your input helps expose what's really happening on the ground, not just what the ads claim. Volkswagen ID4. Bold promises and clean design were not enough to keep the Volkswagen ID4 from becoming one of the most disappointing electric vehicles on the market today. Introduced as the centerpiece of Volkswagen's ambitious electric future, the ID4 was meant to redefine the brand and usher in a new era of affordable, mainstream electric transportation. Instead, it finds itself stranded in the no man's land between innovation and execution, with a driving experience that feels uninspired, an interior that underwhelms, and infotainment software that frustrates more than it assists. The ID4 has failed to make a compelling case to American buyers. The year 2025 was supposed to be the ID4's time to shine, yet dealers across the country are watching units sit untouched for well over 120 days, with supply outpacing demand by wide margins. Competing options like the Chevrolet Bolt, Hyundai Kona Electric, and the ever-dominant Tesla Model Y offer stronger performance, better range, and far superior tech. Even newer plug-in hybrid sport utility vehicles have begun stealing attention. And buyers, Volkswagen's limited charging partnerships in North America only make matters worse. Without a robust infrastructure or strong resale value, consumers are reluctant to commit. Despite incentives, cash bonuses, and dealer markdowns, the ID4 is quickly becoming a symbol of good intentions gone bad. What happens when a future-facing electric dream forgets to be good today? Let's plug into that disaster. Jaguar FPace. Luxury should feel effortless. Unfortunately, the Jaguar FPace turns every mile into a gamble. Marketed as a premium sport utility vehicle with British charm and bold design, the FPace made a strong first impression. Its sculpted body, aggressive stance, and posh interior once hinted at a serious rival to German powerhouses. But once buyers scratched beneath the surface, disappointment followed. Reliability issues, dated software, and inconsistent build quality have transformed this sleek offering into a slow-moving liability for dealers. In the year 2025, consumers demand more than style. They want consistency, value, and peace of mind. The Jaguar FPace offers none of the above. Ownership costs remain high, service support remains limited, and depreciation hits hard within the first year. The infotainment system, which should be intuitive and responsive, is instead clunky and slow. Mechanical problems continue to plague even newer models, especially in the engine and electronics departments. With better-built alternatives from Mercedes-Benz, Audi, and BMW dominating this segment, buyers are making smarter choices. Newer players like Genesis and Acura are also stealing thunder with stronger warranty coverage and higher reliability scores. Despite promotional campaigns and dealer incentives, the FPace continues to rot on showroom floors, with some units lingering for more than 105 days. As British style fades into showroom silence, we head into Italian territory, where flash-out paces function every time. It turns heads in parking lots, but turns stomachs in repair shops. Get ready for a high-style, low-trust disaster. It's only getting worse from here. Alfa Romeo Stelvio. From a distance, the Alfa Romeo Stelvio looks like rolling passion. With its sculpted body lines, athletic stance, and undeniable Italian flair, it promises something different in a world of bland crossovers. It whispers performance, prestige, and a hint of danger. But behind that seductive styling lies a tangled web of compromises and frustrations that have turned this luxury sport utility vehicle into one of the worst-selling models in the United States. Beautiful, absolutely, but beauty does not hide broken promises. Buyers who take the plunge quickly discover that the Stelvio's beauty is only skin-deep. The interior, though stylish, lacks space, practicality, and quality materials expected at this price point. Infotainment is outdated, rear cargo space is tight, and ride comfort falls short compared to German or Korean rivals. The year 2025 has not been kind to Alfa Romeo, with reliability issues persisting across the lineup. From mysterious electronic faults to drivetrain complaints, confidence in ownership has dropped like a stone. Add in poor resale value and limited dealership support, and it's no wonder inventory is stacking up. Some dealers report holding Stelvio units for more than 120 days, despite heavy discounts and promotional financing. Even Alfa loyalists are backing away. Step out of the crossover chaos, because the next failure wears a hard hat and steel boots. It is powerful, rugged, and completely stuck, literally collecting dust while waiting for a demand that never came. Ford F550 Superduty. When it comes to sheer brute strength, few trucks rival the Ford F550 Superduty. Built on a ladder frame chassis with massive towing capability, this heavy-duty beast was engineered to serve construction crews, municipalities, and serious fleet operators. It is not a daily driver. It is not a commuter vehicle. It is a tool, one designed to haul, lift, and endure the most punishing conditions imaginable. Yet in the year 2025, this once essential workhorse has become an anchor, dragging down dealership inventories nationwide. The problem is not the truck itself, it is the timing. During the supply chain panic of 2023, dealers and fleet managers overordered in bulk, fearing prolonged shortages. Then interest rates climbed, commercial lending dried up, businesses delayed expansion. Suddenly, thousands of F550 units were sitting on lots without buyers. In the Philadelphia region alone, some estimates show a supply exceeding 2,385 days. That is not just oversupply, it is an economic disaster on wheels. The target customers for this truck, contractors, fleet managers, and utility operators, are now holding on to older equipment. Maintenance is cheaper than a loan in this market. Despite aggressive discounts and government fleet incentives, these trucks remain parked, gathering dust, rust, and depreciation. While this truck sank under fleet pressure, its little brother tried to court the everyday worker and hit a wall. The Ford F-350 tried to appeal to retail buyers too, and that gamble may have backfired even harder. Stay tuned. Ford F-350 Superduty. Not every failure starts with bad intentions. The Ford F-350 Superduty was supposed to be a sure bet. A heavy-duty pickup with a loyal customer base, powerful diesel options, and endless configurations for work or play. For decades, it was the backbone of construction crews, trailer haulers, and snowplow operators. But in the year 2025, even strength, durability, and reputation were not enough to save it from becoming a sales anchor. What went wrong? Overconfidence. During the chip shortage crisis, many dealerships made massive pre-orders expecting demand to stay white-hot. But when new model year versions arrived with slightly refreshed styling, updated tech, and small performance tweaks, that older inventory suddenly looked obsolete. Today's pickup buyers are highly sensitive to model year changes. Even a minor design shift or touchscreen upgrade can push shoppers toward the newest offering. Combine that with financing rates climbing sky high, and the market slowed to a crawl. Some dealerships now report more than 630 days worth of unsold F-350 inventory. That is nearly 2 years of stagnation, and the discounts keep getting deeper. But even slashed prices are not enough to move trucks that look outdated next to newer arrivals. Buyers are holding back, waiting for incentives to rise or switching to smaller, more efficient vehicles. Ready to trade steel and diesel for silence and confusion? Let's cruise into a battery-powered identity crisis. Kia Nero EV. It tries to be smart, efficient, and sensible, but the Kia Nero EV has fallen straight into electric vehicle limbo. Introduced as an approachable, city-friendly crossover, the Nero EV was supposed to be Kia's answer to the mass-market electric movement. With a compact footprint, modern styling, and a badge known for value, the pieces looked right on paper. Yet in the year 2025, this vehicle has quietly become one of the least desirable electric options sitting on American lots. The problem? It simply does not stand out. The driving range hovers in the mid-200-mile zone, average by today's standards. Performance is forgettable, charging speeds are middling, and the interior lacks the upscale edge found in similarly priced alternatives. Buyers who want excitement lean toward Tesla or Hyundai's high-tech designs. Budget-focused shoppers opt for the Chevrolet Bolt. The Nero EV ends up stranded in the middle, offering little identity and even less appeal. In the Philadelphia metro area, some dealers report over 850 days of Nero EV supply, meaning these crossovers are sitting untouched for more than 2 years. Deep discounts and national lease offers have failed to ignite interest. It is not that the Nero EV is bad, it is just invisible. As we leave behind bland electrics, we shift toward a sedan that once ruled college campuses and rental fleets until the market evolved and left it behind. Get ready for an economy car that's grown far too easy to ignore. Nissan Versa. Once the default choice for rental agencies, college commuters, and budget-conscious first-time buyers, the Nissan Versa has quietly slipped into near obscurity. What used to be a top-selling subcompact sedan across American roads has now become a ghost on dealership lots. In the early 2010s, the Versa had a firm grip on its category, offering space, simplicity, and affordability. But by the year 2025, the rules of the road have changed, and the Versa no longer plays in the same game. The biggest issue? The rise of compact sport utility vehicles has shifted consumer priorities. Shoppers now expect higher seating positions, flexible cargo room, and enhanced safety tech, even from budget models. The Versa offers none of that. The design feels dated, the features are minimal, and the driving dynamics are as lifeless as a rental car key drop. Its once unbeatable price advantage has also eroded, with slightly used crossovers offering far more practicality at a similar monthly payment. Financing hurdles have added to the misery, with subprime loan approvals shrinking and monthly payments rising. Even buyers looking for affordability are walking away. Some dealers report Versa models sitting for over 110 days without serious interest. No buzz, no energy, no urgency. If you thought basic had a limit, wait until you meet a sedan that makes frugality feel like failure. It wears the title of America's cheapest new vehicle, but even that was not enough to save it from retail irrelevance. Prepare for a harsh dose of minimalism gone wrong. It only gets bleaker from here. Mitsubishi Mirage G4. When it comes to bare-bones motoring, nothing undercuts expectations quite like the Mitsubishi Mirage G4. For years, this subcompact sedan held the title of America's cheapest brand-new vehicle, a badge that came with both pride and baggage. On paper, the Mirage G4 promised exactly what it delivered: low cost, low maintenance, and decent fuel economy. But in the year 2025, even extreme affordability is not enough to earn respect or sales in a market where image matters more than ever. Its small footprint, underpowered engine, and plasticky interior feel frozen in time. Buyers today, even those on tight budgets, expect their cars to reflect a certain lifestyle or aspiration. The Mirage G4 offers neither. It does not pretend to be fast, stylish, or fun, and that brutal honesty is exactly what has turned off the very customers it hoped to attract. Owning one does not say smart choice, it says gave up. Dealerships across the country are watching these cars stack up like unsold appliances, despite sticker prices under $17,000 and warranties that should offer peace of mind. Shoppers are opting for lightly used alternatives with more tech, better styling, and stronger resale value. In some regions, Mirage units have sat unsold for over 100 days straight. Time to leave subcompacts behind, because this next van somehow subtracts more while charging more. Chrysler Voyager. There was a time when the Chrysler name was nearly synonymous with the American minivan. From soccer practice to road trips, Chrysler built its reputation on practicality, comfort, and utility. But that reputation took a hit with the Chrysler Voyager. Marketed as the budget-friendly sibling to the Chrysler Pacifica, the Voyager was supposed to offer essential features for families who needed space without the sticker shock. What customers got instead was a stripped-down shell of a vehicle, an under-equipped minivan that failed to deliver where it mattered most. The Voyager lacks modern safety tech, premium materials, and even the bare minimum of what today's buyers expect in a family hauler. The interior is harsh and hollow, the seats feel flimsy, and the tech package barely competes with the vehicles from a decade ago. In the year 2025, parents want connectivity, convenience, and comfort. The Voyager checks none of those boxes. To make matters worse, its pricing no longer feels justified. With starting costs edging above $35,000, buyers are turning toward used Toyota Sienna or Honda Odyssey models, which offer better quality and reliability. Even Chrysler loyalists are choosing to pay more for the fully equipped Pacifica, or are abandoning the brand altogether. When reinvention backfires, even the right engine can't save a legacy, especially when it forgets who it's built for. Nissan Z. Reviving a legend is never easy, and Nissan's attempt to bring back the iconic Z car proves just how hard it can be to capture lightning in a bottle twice. The Nissan Z arrived with high expectations, a rear-wheel drive platform, twin turbocharged power, and styling cues that paid homage to the beloved Datsun and Fairlady heritage. On paper, it sounded like a dream, a performance coupe with a manual transmission and classic proportions, built for purists. But in the year 2025, dreams are not selling cars. Value is. The problem began with the price. The Nissan Z rolled out with a starting figure creeping past $41,000, putting it uncomfortably close to better-known European competitors like the BMW 2 Series and Toyota's own Supra. That pricing left budget-conscious enthusiasts in the dust, while premium shoppers leaned toward badges with more prestige and better tech. Reviewers pointed out rough interior materials, lagging infotainment systems, and questionable build quality, issues that undercut the car's performance appeal. Dealers across the country have been struggling to move units, even with promotional lease offers and cash incentives. In some markets, inventory has stacked for over 120 days without meaningful traction. Once a poster car, the Z now finds itself in a strange purgatory between old-school muscle and modern refinement, and failing to impress either side. From missed legends to misused muscle, the next car proves even Godzilla can grow old and slow. Nissan GTR. Few names in automotive culture carry the same weight as the Nissan GTR. Once known globally as Godzilla, this Japanese supercar killer earned a reputation for embarrassing exotic brands with twice the price tags. It launched with fury back in the year 2007 and quickly became the benchmark for all-wheel drive performance, twin turbocharged dominance, and ruthless acceleration. But fast forward to the year 2025, and the GTR has gone from halo car to showroom fossil. Overpriced, outdated, and slowly gathering dust. What once felt like cutting-edge tech now feels ancient. The interior, filled with hard plastics and a dated interface, lags far behind today's expectations. Meanwhile, electric vehicles are delivering similar or even better performance at a fraction of the long-term operating cost. The GTR's six-figure price tag, often exceeding $120,000 for higher trims, now positions it against cars that offer more luxury, more tech, and far greater refinement. Buyers simply do not see the value anymore. It has been over 16 years since the GTR received a full platform redesign. Minor cosmetic tweaks and incremental upgrades are not enough to fool today's educated buyers. Many dealers report units sitting for over 100 days, unable to generate serious interest despite aggressive promotions. Forget heritage. Our next car is proof that even the perfect formula can fail in the real world. Toyota GR86. Purists begged for it, Toyota built it, and yet almost no one is buying it. The Toyota GR86 is the kind of car that lives in enthusiast hearts and posters. Lightweight, rear-wheel drive, naturally aspirated, and armed with a manual transmission. It is the spiritual successor to everything great about Japanese sports cars from the 1990s. Nimble in the corners, balanced through turns, and unapologetically analog. It was engineered for the track and weekend thrill. But in the year 2025, none of that seems to matter when it comes to sales numbers. In just 1 month, only 36 units of the GR86 were sold across the entire United States. That is not per region or per dealership. That is 36 total. In some states, not a single unit was moved. Why? Practicality has won. In a market dominated by crossovers, high financing rates, and all-wheel drive convenience, this two-door coupe feels like a luxury from another time. Limited cargo space, no all-wheel drive, and minimal backseat usability make it a tough sell to anyone outside of track day circles. Even within Toyota's own lineup, competition exists. Buyers are stepping up to the Supra or shifting toward the hot hatchback segment with models like the Honda Civic Type R. Despite glowing reviews and loyal fans, the GR86 is losing ground. Enthusiasts admire it, wallets fear it. And what comes next is the ultimate mix of beauty, brilliance, and breakdowns. If this countdown opened your eyes, don't leave without hitting that subscribe button. I break down the real side of the car market, what's failing, what's rising, and what the dealerships don't want you to know. Subscribe now so you're never blindsided by a bad buy. New videos drop weekly, and trust me, you don't want to miss them. Alfa Romeo Giulia. From every angle, the Alfa Romeo Giulia looks like it belongs on a magazine cover. With its sculpted Italian lines, wide stance, and aggressive front fascia, it commands attention like few sedans can. Built on a rear-wheel drive platform and engineered for handling finesse, the Giulia had every ingredient to challenge German dominance in the luxury sport sedan segment. But as the calendar turns to the year 2025, the Giulia has become something far less glamorous. A slow-moving liability that even dealers hesitate to recommend. Performance is not the problem. The Giulia drives beautifully, with precise steering, strong acceleration, and a balanced chassis. But ownership, that is where things fall apart. Plagued by electrical issues, drivetrain faults, and poor long-term reliability, this vehicle has developed a reputation for being more trouble than it is worth. Resale values are abysmal, and buyers quickly find themselves stuck with high repair bills and limited dealer support. According to first quarter reports, only 541 units were sold nationwide. That is an astonishingly low figure for a sedan meant to be the face of Alfa Romeo's return to form. Some units have remained unsold on lots for over 140 days. Even with aggressive discounting, the emotional appeal is there, but logic has left the conversation. And so, the Giulia tops our list. Not because it lacks soul, but because that soul costs too much to keep alive. It is beautiful, fast, and tragically unwanted. A true showroom heartbreaker. You just saw the cars nobody wants, but are still being sold to unsuspecting buyers every day. If this video saved you from a mistake, hit that subscribe button right now. I break down the real truth behind the market every single week. No hype, no fluff, just facts. Drop a comment with the worst car you've seen lately and share this with someone before they sign the wrong deal. Stay sharp, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.